Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hi everyone, welcome to the vlog for the month of August. This month has been so busy and I didn't actually get to record that much, so these are really just the highlights of the month. There's been lots of behind the scenes and I should definitely try recording that kind of stuff for the next vlog. But I've been going out on a lot of walks lately and trying to work on my health, my cardio. It's hard being a person who works from home and prioritizing cardio and like walking at the same time. So yeah, I've been trying to get like at least 5, but more like 10,000 steps a day, and it takes a lot of effort actually. I'm so curious actually, if you track your steps at all, comment below how many steps you get a day, and if you have like a job outside or if you work from home, because I'm so curious. If you have any tips on getting more steps every day, I went to the Strawberry Festival in Watsonville for the first time, and honestly it was just like a county fair kind of, which I feel like I just went to, so felt very redundant. There were a lot of strawberry food stalls, but the lines were like 2 hours long, and I didn't feel like waiting for that, so I just got pizza and we went to the beach instead. I haven't been to this beach in so long, since I was a kid, and I wanted to try it out. There's a giant cement ship that they docked at a pier, and the birds are really taking it over. I know you used to be able to go onto the ship and the pier, but since the storms the last few years, the pier kind of disintegrated and the ship is also falling apart. So it's the birds' ship now. There were so many pelicans there. It was a nice beach, but I still have my favorites. I uploaded a couple of new coloring pages on my website, on my Gumroad, that you can download for free. So be sure to check that out if you're looking for coloring pages. On the walk in my neighborhood, there's this house that has 17 stray cats outside. They're all clipped now, and I think they're all neutered, but it's so crazy. I love counting them when I walk by, and Only one of them is really friendly and will let me pet her. But it's probably like the highlight of my walks now. I love it. Wow. I went to the show that I was a part of at the Midway that Steven curated, and there was no theme of the show except that it was black and white and your piece would be cut out of vinyl and heat pressed onto a canvas. So these are all kind of like one-off prints instead of originals, and the show turned out really cool. All the pieces were very cohesive, just black on white, and I thought the way they were hung was pretty cool. I guess mine was kind of hard to transfer on vinyl because it was so detailed, and the canvas got like super wrinkly, but it turned out pretty cool, and someone bought one of my pieces, so yay. But the show is up for, I believe, the whole month, and it's at the Midway in San Francisco. The Midway is kind of like a venue / gallery, so if you're in the Dogpatch area, be sure to check it out. I went camping for one night during the peak day of the Perseids meteor shower. I've been viewing this meteor shower since I was a teenager, and it's one of my favorite parts of the year. So I decided to spend a night at Pinnacles National Park, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from here. And it was so nice. The view of the stars was amazing. We did make one mistake, which was to try and heat up a cookie in the middle of the night because we were kind of cold and wanted dessert. And we got swarmed by like 15 raccoons, and they wouldn't go away. They were like getting closer. I was trying to scare them away for so long, and eventually I just ended up putting all of our food back in the car. And then we ran into the car and closed the door, and we just see the raccoons rush our table trying to find any food that we left. We were trying to watch outside the window, but like it was dark. I didn't leave a light out there, so I was like shining a flashlight through the window, but I started hearing the raccoons surrounding my car and just like patting it with their little hands trying to get in. It was like a zombie movie. It was so scary. I wasn't sure if they were like gonna attack us or not. It was crazy. They weren't scared of us at all. But we waited in the car for like 10-15 minutes, and they ended up going away. And we got some really good views of the meteor shower. So many super bright meteors, and I actually took some photos with my phone. I was amazed that they even like showed up at all. But overall, Pinnacles is such a cute campsite. There's so many quails and vultures everywhere, and I think there's actually turkeys too. But it's definitely hot there, so no wonder they have a swimming pool. really small sketchbook. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website building platform that allows you to do everything you need for your business all in one place. I use Squarespace for my website and my online store, as well as a method for sending invoices and creating resumes and portfolios. Today I'm updating my mural section with my newest mural. You can see here that I've listed out all the murals I've done, put in photos, a little description, and even a map of where it's located so you can visit it yourself. Editing my website is so easy with Squarespace. It's really intuitive, especially with the beautiful templates that they have. You can just plug in all of your information and your website looks amazing immediately. I saved a set of photos of my mural that I wanted to use to display it, and picked my favorite for the first photo. One really cool thing about Squarespace is that once you upload your photos, you can edit them right there on the website. They have filters and basic tools to help you make your photo look better, just in case you don't want to pay for Photoshop. After selecting a main photo, I can put a gallery of photos underneath it. Importing my photos is so easy with their upload media section. You can even sync it from social media if you'd like. After adding a description, I added a map with the address of my mural so you can go visit it. And at the bottom, I put a section where I can get more mural work. So people that want to commission me can email me, and I could even insert a form there that they can fill out if they want to send me a commission. Editing my website on Squarespace is so easy, and it's no wonder I've been using Squarespace for almost 8 years now. If you want to try out Squarespace, they have a free trial, and if you like it, you can go to squarespace.com/Jacquelin for 10% off your first purchase. Thanks so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I spent the month preparing for a back-to-back tabling weekend. On a Saturday, I had a booth at West Coast Craft in San Francisco. It's my first time tabling with them besides at Outside Lands, and I just wanted to try it out, see how I did, and like if this is something I would want to do more often, because I do have some friends that I think they table there like every year or multiple times a year, and it seems super worth it to them. So I tabled at West Coast Craft. This was actually last weekend, the 24th and 25th. And then the next day I was invited to table at Cape and Cowl Con, which is a comic book shop in Oakland. Super awesome shop and owners. The people are so cool, and this was my second time tabling at their convention. They're so accommodating, and like we got goodie bags with like books and drinks and snacks and stuff. Yeah, it was so much fun. I loved that con. But going back to my 2-day event, I was kind of nervous because I've never done 2 separate events in one weekend, and like having to pack up and set up twice is pretty hard and exhausting, really. I prepped all month. I tried to work on some originals to sell at the con, and that's what you're seeing here. I did some Zatanna drawings, and I drew Rogue from X-Men because I just finished X-Men 97, which was amazing. I am a huge X-Men fan now, and I want the art book for that so bad. Definitely want to do more fan art of them for sure. But yeah, I worked on these originals and packed everything up for 2 events. I was kind of nervous for West Coast Craft because it was an outdoor event in San Francisco, and the instructions I misread. They said that you had to have a canopy tent with 40 pounds of weight on each leg, and for some reason I thought it said 40 pounds of weight in total. So I definitely didn't have enough weight for my canopy tent, and so I showed up not sure if I could do it or not. I unloaded my stuff. I didn't have any help for this event, so that was also like kind of nerve-wracking for me. And I get there, I see one of my friends tabling, so I have all my stuff out. I go ask her like what she thinks about the tent setup situation, and all of a sudden it starts pouring rain, like heavy rain, and my stuff is just out in the open, like my wooden cart, my table, my tablecloth, like displays. I was in the middle of setting up my canopy and it started pouring rain. Oh my god, everything's soaked. This is horrible. Luckily, all of my prints and stickers were in like plastic bins, so those didn't get wet, but everything else was soaked. My keys, my backpack, my chairs, everything. I was like so devastated. I ran over, I opened my tent like canopy as fast as I could and just like halfway set it up over my stuff so it wouldn't get as wet. And then I realized that my canopy tent is not waterproof, so the water was just going right through it, kind of. So yeah, that was fun. I was so skeptical. I was about to leave, pack up, and just like cut my losses there, because I didn't think people would show up if it's raining. But luckily the rain stopped after like an hour and a half, and then I finally started I just decided to set up since I was there already and see what I could do, try and make my money back. The sun came out, the wind was nice and warm, and everything dried up by the time I finished my event. But yeah, the overall of the event was interesting. I don't think it's my demographic for sure. I didn't make very much. I made my money back and like a little bit more, but it wasn't worth it at all for me, and probably won't be doing West Coast craft anymore, or like these kinds of like craft shows where people, it's definitely not the show's fault, but I think the people going are looking for like vintage clothing and like cute hats, trinkets, used stuff. They're not here for stickers or prints or like anime inspired stuff. So I'm definitely not gonna be going for those kinds of events anymore. I think the nerds are definitely my type of people for events. So yeah, I packed up after that, and the next day I headed over to Berkeley. Oh, my drive to San Francisco was 7 a.m. I left, and it was like an hour and 20 minutes, and then the next day I drove to Berkeley, which was another hour. So yeah, that was crazy. Cape and CalCon was amazing. My boyfriend helped me with that, and I got to see so many friends and like artists that were really awesome. We got to eat amazing pizza too. Anyway, that was my weekend. I've spent all week recovering and working on packaging orders. I've recently posted an update for orders, and if you're waiting on an order, please check the update, because there have been some issues, and I really just want to like explain why it's taking me so long and like say sorry and stuff like that. So please check my latest posts for updates. I also posted it on Instagram, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and thank you again. Bye.